by. We're almost going to have our jumpers out. Again, 10,000 feet to jump today. You may have seen the streamers drop earlier where they were determining wind direction and velocity. Jumpers away. Our first jumper will be Sergeant Tony Galiska. Tony will be opening up the show for us today. Army Special Operations Command down in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. California, he's a parachute maintenance tech with over 2,234 free fall parachute jumps. It's on.
Bring them down to the ground with a round of applause. We can hear your shouts. Fighting soldiers from the sky.
I don't know, maybe there's more. Big airplane.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. To be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
On their final equipment checks, watch closely for the jumpers to exit. The jumpers are out and the smoke is on. Their head and arms swept back, head and eyes on the team leaders. They excel towards terminal velocity at speeds in excess of 120 miles per hour. The jumpers will fly their bodies much like a high-performance aircraft, using their hands, arms, and legs as flight controls. You see the formation coming together now? And the formation is now built, and we have one single column of smoke. At the predetermined altitude, the team leader will give the signal for these jumpers to turn 180 degrees from the center and glide away to gain horizontal separation necessary for a safe deployment of their main parachutes. The signal has been given. The jumpers are now tracking away. The team leader has given the signal and they have deployed their main parachutes. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the high-flying colors of your US parachute team, the Black Daggers. The parachutes used by our demonstration team are flexible wing gliders. They are constructed of a lightweight ripstop nylon and have an inherent forward airspeed of 20 miles per hour. To turn left, the jumper will simply pull down on the left steering line. To turn right, the jumper will pull down on the right steering line. As these jumpers approach the ground and prepare to land, they will pull down on both steering lines, simultaneously flaring the parachute for a safe and soft landing. Now, as you may have guessed, these jumpers are faced with kind of a unique situation, a traffic jam in the sky. They must gain vertical separation in order to allow for individual approaches to the target area. This is accomplished by pulling down on the front part of the parachute and spiraling at speeds in excess of 60 miles per hour to set up a stack like you might see at a busy airport. As these jumpers maneuver their parachutes through the sky, they must constantly maintain altitude awareness as well as their relative location to the target area. As you may have guessed, it takes a great deal of skill and concentration to land in such a small target area. As each jumper approaches the target, they will fly a downwind leg, a base leg 90 degrees to the target, and then turn in and face into the wind for their final approach. The winds are up a little bit high today, so they're going to turn pretty much right over the top of the target and sink the parachute down to get a dead center landing. Here comes our first jumper. He's on his downwind base leg now, and he is turned in on his final. He's having some trouble with the winds today. Brings it in. You'll notice the tail of his parachute curl under. Beautiful landing, ladies and gentlemen. Our next jumper flying in the state flag. Brings it in over the target area. Right on the runway, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful, right in the center of the runway. And our next jumper comes in. The POW MIA flag. Brings it in, flares his parachute, arms coming straight down, and lands it. Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes our final jumper. Brings it in and flares a little high, and beautiful landing, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud honor to present to you for the 2009 Air Show season, your United States Army Special Operations Command Demonstration Parachute Team, the Black Daggers. This will conclude our performance for this morning. On behalf of the entire team, I would like to thank each and every one of you for giving us this opportunity. And in closing, we'll leave you with this. The men and women of the United States Army Special Operations Command remain on point for the nation. God bless America.
Thank you, Sergeant Tony Galusa. Ladies and gentlemen, remember all the pilots, all the air crew, all the jumpers today are available for autographs. If you'd like to speak to them later, please take every opportunity to do that.